It has been 79 days since I started investing $10 a day into Vanguard's VGT. That's nearly $800 that I've invested into this fund. No time in the market, just consistent investing every single day. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over how my investment has performed over the last 79 days. Now, before jumping in, I just wanted to remind everyone what is actually in this fund and why I selected it. I had a few people that had left comments on my videos mentioning, hey, you should have invested in SCHG or QQQ or something like that. The reason that I selected VGT is I was looking for an aggressive growth index fund to add to my portfolio. At that time, I had two funds in this portfolio, which was Vanguard's VOO and SCHD. I wanted the third index fund that I was adding to this portfolio to be an aggressive growth index fund. So I just wanted to quickly recap some of the top funds that are in Vanguard's VGT. I'm not gonna go through each one of these. It's up on the screen, you could take a look at it. So I'm just gonna go over maybe the top 5 or 6. So you've got NVIDIA at 15.7%. We've got Microsoft at 15.11%, Apple's at 14.18%, Broadcom is at 4.73%, and Palantir is at 1.74%. All of the companies that are listed at the top of this fund are companies that I actually invest in my other investment accounts. Now let's quickly take a look at the top holdings in SCHG. I wanted to show you these holdings because this was by far the #1 fund that I had received comments about in my update videos of a fund that I should be investing in. So at the top, you've got Microsoft at 10.76, NVIDIA at 10.68, Apple at 9.15, Amazon at 5.99, and Meta or Facebook at 4.53. You'll also notice that in this fund is Eli Lilly, Visa, Costco, and MasterCard. So if you're looking for a little bit more diversification in your aggressive growth fund, then SCHG may be the play for you. But if you're looking for something that's more technology based, then my suggestion would be to take a look at Vanguard's VGT. All right, now let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at how my investment has performed over the last 79 days. So if you take a look at the screen here, you'll see that my investment in VGT, I have an open P&L of $105.63, and I am up 13.37% since I started investing in this fund back at the beginning of March of 2025. I have a daily P&L of $14.03, and I am up 1.59% on the day. If you take a look below that, you'll see that I have an overall market value of $895.41, and I have a total cost of $789.79. And the average price that I was able to purchase VGT at is $569.25. I have a quantity of 1.38, almost 1.39 shares of VGT, and the position ratio. So this is the third index fund in my portfolio, and it accounts for 19.82% of my overall portfolio. And the last price that I actually purchased VGT at was $645.38. So overall, I'm satisfied with the direction that my investment is heading in this fund. All right, so now we'll take a look at this screen right here, and we'll see that as of this recording, VGT is trading at $646.58, and it has a 52-week high of $647.94. So that's the highest price that this index fund has traded at over the last rolling 12-month period. And then if you look right below that, you will see that it has a 52-week low of $451. So that's the lowest price that this index fund has traded at in a rolling 12-month period. So as you can see, there's a pretty large gap between the 52-week high and the 52-week low. The majority of the pullback in the pricing on this fund can be attributed to the trade war, which caused an overall pullback in the market. But as you can see, we have bounced back and we are back near 52-week highs. All right, now let's talk about dividends that I've received in this investment. Since I started investing in this index fund back in March of this year, I have only received a dividend of 21 cents. I know that's extremely low, but when I started investing in this fund, I really didn't have much money in the account. I started investing in this fund at the beginning of March, and the dividend payout came on March 28th. So by that time, I really didn't have much money invested in this fund, which resulted in the low dividend payout. The next dividend payout is scheduled to occur at the end of this month. I believe it's on June 30th. And my expectation is that I will receive a larger dividend payout. It won't be too much. I only have 1.4 shares, so my expectations for that will be low. But over time, that number will continue to grow. So whenever I look back at this 3-5 years from now, I'll see that those small amounts turned into larger amounts as I continue to invest in the fund. Now, I want to make sure that I cover a couple of things that I try to cover on every one of my investment updates that I provide. I'm only investing on trading days. I'm not investing on weekends and holidays. I like VGT for my aggressive growth fund that I added to my portfolio. If you're looking for an aggressive growth fund, you don't have to invest in VGT. You can invest in whatever you want. If there are other aggressive growth funds that you think people should be investing in, leave a comment down below and let them know the fund and why they should consider that fund over a VGT or an SCHG. Overall, I'm satisfied with my investment in Vanguard's VGT. I think it was a solid fund to add to my portfolio, and I think that we are going to see some future growth in this fund in the future. And now I'm thinking about adding a fourth fund. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm leaning towards investing an additional $5 a day in a fourth fund. I haven't narrowed down my choices of the fund that I'd like to add, so I will be asking you guys, what do you think that I should be investing in, and what should be my fourth index fund? Leave a comment down below and let me know. If you're interested in checking out how my investments are performing in Vanguard's VOO and in SCHG, make sure you check out the next video.